These are the misty woods. Camp Bengoolie rests at the heart of this dense forest, but today, I'm out here in search of some wisdom. For a few weeks every year, towards the end of harvest time, the spirits come alive and make these woods home. If you know where to look, you might find one that's willing to share a good story. If there are any spirits with me, come to the light. Speak. Who's there? Can you speak? I wanted to... What? What is so... You know what? Never mind.
Welcome back, campers. As you all know, Camp Bengoolie is host to a rich history that dates all the way back to the late 1970s. It wasn't until 1999, however, that campers began reporting sounds of cackling coming from beyond the tree line. Those that went to investigate were never seen again, and to this day, the shrill cackle of the White River Witch rings loudly in the ears of our campers. Tonight, we'll share a similar story, one about a witch, her victims, and the swaths of moviegoers that all believed it was real. This is the story of the Blair Witch Project.
There's something about this landscape that invites both body and mind to wander far away. It's what inspired novelist Algernon Blackwood when he wrote his first modern horror stories. But long before Blackwood, the Puritans of New England believed that the forest was home to something sinister. To this day, cultures the world over still believe they exist. Witches.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
The ancients believed in their wickedness, but Hollywood eventually turned them into a pop culture icon.
I am a witch. A real, house-haunting, broom-riding, cauldron-stirring witch.
It must be the champagne.
More recently, the image of the witch has somewhat returned to form. It's not just for kids anymore. Robert Eggers' The Witch and scenes from the Conjuring series invite us to consider witchcraft as it used to be. Dark, violent, and evil. Tonight's feature did the same almost 25 years ago. The Blair Witch Project is an indie found footage piece about three filmmakers, Heather, Josh, and Mike, who get lost in the woods trying to film a documentary. Their subject, the Blair Witch herself, torments them each night as they try to sleep. It's a masterpiece of horror. The intensity of every moment is amplified by its believability. Unknown actors, low-quality footage, and a dirt-cheap budget give this film a raw, organic atmosphere that Hollywood simply cannot recreate. What made this film so believable, however, was the marketing team behind it. The Blair Witch Project is actually one of the earliest examples of what we refer to as viral marketing. Without a major distributor to back it, directors Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick turned to the internet, still in its infancy. They spread misinformation via the missing actors' IMDb pages and created web pages filled with false news clippings. By the time it premiered at Sundance, first horror movie to do so, It shocked and terrified swaths of moviegoers, who now questioned whether witches were real or not. It might not be the first found footage film, or even the first found footage horror, but it's the one that matters because it changed everything. It had a budget of only $30,000, but went on to gross over $250 million, making it one of the most successful indie films of all time. It's also one of my personal favorites, and it still thrills me to this day. It's easy to lose yourself in the woods, so pack well, pitch a tent, and watch out for witches.
Mm-hmm.